We learn about the helpful resources available to families through local family success centers and the benefits that they can provide. Getting your child a preschool start is an important step to your children's success. We explore one of those free programs in our community. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Join us.
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University. Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas. Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias and welcome to Latino Motion. Family Success Centers are a great community resource that offers all residents family support, information, free activities, and services. Joining me are Cristina Reamer and Bella Alameda. They are with Robin's Nest, who operate 8 of the centers here in South Jersey. Ladies, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So what is a Family Success Center?
A Family Success Center is a community-based and family-centered neighborhood gathering place. So they're set up to just be this beautiful space that anyone and everyone from the community can come into and have access to free workshops, activities, and get connected to resources.
So Robin's Nest operates 8 of those centers, and you both are with the Atlantic City branches, correct? Tell me a little bit about those locations.
Yes, well, we have one in 201 Melrose. That's our Family Success Center uptown. We have the second location at 3201 in Atlantic Avenue. So everybody is welcome at the center. We have from classes, workshops, everyone can go here.
We're definitely going to go through a lot of those litany of services they offer.
Absolutely. So making sure the programming is in line with what we're contracted to provide the community, and making sure it's beneficial to the needs of the community and establishing partnerships to kind of come up with those programs and develop them.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that not a lot of people know about this. It's a free service. It certainly helps the families, helps the children, helps the parents. What are you doing to get the word out?
Everyone, like I say, is welcome to the center. They have a welcome package also. We welcome them with a cup of coffee. We show them the calendar. Every month we're having different activities and workshops from computers and ESL classes, and they have the option to get copies, and we have computer labs. We also have a small resource library, so they can have from education, health, child, and housing, food, clothing.
Now, I know in Atlantic City, when you started, when we had success centers, they were co-located in schools. So the thinking is that the folks that have kids that went to that school were the ones that would use the family center. But you're out of the schools now in 2 different locations, and this is truly is open for everyone?
Yes, it's open to all and always free. We do not have a target population, so we serve individuals, families, people with children, people without, senior citizens. Anyone and everyone is welcome to come.
Well, let's talk about the litany of services. I know you're anxious to get all the services out there. There's a lot of services that are offered, but let's start with family health. Tell me a little bit about that.
Family Health will having a navigators program that they come to the center and they assisted the families with the applications. So this is for everybody.
That's for the health insurance, making sure that they're able to, and you have the computers there, so they're able to do the online
Yes,
application as
we can
well.
do it also online. If they need assistance, we can help them too.
All right, let's talk about employment and employment services. I guess that certainly is a lot of need, particularly in the urban communities. Tell me a little bit about those.
Sure. So we have a computer lab at each center, and we assist people one-on-one with writing their resumes, job searching, and for people who don't have the computer skills to do that, we'll teach them how to do that as well. And in addition to that, we'll have workshops that focus on job prep, retaining a job, and also some job fairs to give people access to the jobs that are available.
So that's another great resource for those who may be looking for a job. So even if you're not using all the other services, you might need that one service. Certainly, that's one reason to stop by and see your offices. Let's talk about the parent and children activities. What are some of those activities?
With parents and children, we engage them with different activities. We're having a painting with canvas, and this is a great workshop. We have so many kids and the parents, and they paint together, they have fun together. We also have fishing classes in summer, and we also have a lot of different activities, so they all engage with the parents.
This is very, very important, and I a little older than the two of you, so I know a little history about the Family Success Centers when they first started as part of the children's count, and just the fact that a lot of the counties down here, particularly in Atlantic County, the count was pretty low, and there was a need for more services. Do you think that this is making a difference in our community, the services that you're providing?
Absolutely. I've been in the Family Success Center program for almost 5 years now. The programming in Atlantic City hasn't been there quite that long, but what we're seeing is that people are building a support system by coming to the center. People are meeting their neighbors that they didn't know were there, and they're able to have access to resources that they didn't otherwise have. So people are sharing resources with each other, sharing knowledge, skills, babysitting for each other. So it's really kind of going back to that old neighborhood feel where you would go and ask your neighbor for a cup of sugar that we've kind of gotten away from in the last decade or so. So we do see people being empowered, and we're hoping to kind of teach them skills that they can walk away with so that they don't have to rely on us as much the next time they come to the center.
I know not too long ago I had the privilege to go over to Glassboro to be a speaker. And there was a group. Everyone seemed to have known each other, so it looks like they build that bond and are able to have these community meetings, bring different peoples in, and talk about different services. So that's essentially what's developing in these centers.
Yes.
We're going to continue with a lot more services that we want to talk about. We're just going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. We'll continue our discussion with Christina Reamer and Bella Alameda with Robin's Nest and the community resources offered by the Family Success Centers. And ladies, we were talking about the whole litany of services offered by the Family Success Centers. And one big key to this is the fact that it's open to everyone. That's a big takeaway. It's not related to whether you have kids in school, whether you're a student, but truly open to the whole community. Is that correct?
Yes.
Let's talk about one of the services that's very important for the Latino community, and that's ESL, learning English. And I understand you offer ESL classes. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, ESL classes is led by a professor from Atlantic Cape Community College. We're having a group around 25 students from India, from Pakistan. It's a multicultural center.
Right.
So everyone is learning the basic English, and that will help them to be self-sufficient and to be confident and not to be with the calling people or what to do, help me out with this.
Yeah,
They're just very self-sufficient and they know each other now. They help each other,
Right.
and it's a great program. It's a 8 weeks program. So when they finish the whole 8 weeks, then they have the certificate from ESL.
And this is the one in Atlantic City. I understand you also have a program that's taking place now in Glassboro, and that's going to be picked up as well, correct? You're going to have another offering of those ESL classes?
Yes, I believe so. The one that we're speaking of is our downtown location in Atlantic City. So every Tuesday night at 5:30 p.m.
Let's talk about the other big service, the financial, because a lot of folks who are looking for financial resources, guidance, could also come to the center for that direction as well. Tell me a little bit about that as well.
It depends their needs. So we have a lot of partnerships. We send them to the Family Jewish Services, or we send them to Catholic Charities. We send them to the Section 8. It depends what they need.
And the important thing is that you could direct them, you could guide them.
We can direct them, we give them resources. Again, it's a multicultural place, everything is free. So they hear the music, they come to the center, they have a cup of coffee. We're always with a smile, we welcome them, and we're happy to help them.
Another one big important resource is housing and housing information, something that could really change the quality of their life for many families who are struggling to get appropriate housing. You also provide that service as well?
Yes, what we do is we have connections to different resources in the community, different apartment complexes, or even just housing resource fairs that we'll go to try to glean all of the resources that are available in the community. So we'll bring in South Jersey Legal Services to do a workshop on how to know your rights, landlord-tenant rights. We can bring in energy assistance representatives to help people with their applications on that. So really the housing workshops, there's a lot that falls under that category.
You also have some of those applications in your office as well for
Yes,
like energy assistance
we do.
programs, and you can direct them to the appropriate agency for the intake. Let's talk about, we talked about the center you have in Atlantic City. So you have the 2 centers in Atlantic City. Give me those addresses again.
Sure, 3201 Atlantic Ave and 201 Melrose Ave.
And then you have a litany of others throughout the area. You have one in Glassboro,
Yes.
Penns Grove, Pennsville, Winslow, and then you have Pine Hill, and there's one more,
Lawnside.
Lawnside. Okay. So you have quite a number of locations throughout South Jersey. And again, you don't have to make an appointment. You could just come in.
You just come in, we welcome you anytime, and because we are growing. We're having more than 500 families right now in our area. Yes, I do a little bit of appointments here and there because it's a lot of need from our community, and I mean we're always happy to help them.
Well, it sounds like certainly the welcome with a smile, at least, and a cup of coffee, so that's a good thing. And we're going to put up the phone number, so if anyone wants to get more information, there's also a website as well that we could put up on the screen. We'll do that as well. Ladies, thank you so much for sharing this very useful information with our audience. It's a great resource for our community. And stay tuned, we'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. A preschool start is an important step for your children's future academic, emotional, and social success. I recently had the pleasure to discuss this with Ronnie Lerner and Cindy Tavares, who are with the Pleasantville Public School preschool program and a partner of Atlantic Care Kids. Let's listen in. Cindy and Ronnie, welcome to Latino Motion.
Thank you for having us.
Now, certainly the success of children getting an early start is so critical, isn't it? Tell me why it's so critical.
Well, they've done studies in New Jersey. We have the Abbott preschool program, so it's called the Apple Studies, about children who attend preschool for 1 or 2 years. And there's been a lot of success in their 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade academics, literacy and mathematics, when they attend 2 years of preschool, even compared to 1, but 1 year compared to none.
So it's very critical, obviously, for the success. And a lot of more districts are moving towards that early start. So it's not just starting at kindergarten at age 5, it's starting at age 3 and age 4, and getting those 2 years before they start kindergarten, which makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yes, the universal pre-K is a big thing going on right now in many states, not only just New Jersey, but New York is starting their 3-year-old program. New Jersey had a jump start on this when they did the Abbott study, which started in 1999. So we've been here since 1999 in the Pleasantville preschool program.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. We're in, you both are representing the program that's in Pleasantville, and this is a collaboration between the district, the Pleasantville Board of Education, and Atlantic Care.
Yes, this is a collaboration. There are what's called district classrooms, or classrooms held within the public school buildings, and then classrooms held within the preschool programs. So we have 11 classrooms throughout Pleasantville, and then Pleasantville has their own in-district classrooms, but we collaborate. All of our curriculum's the same, all of our trainings are the same. We work with each other.
Cindy, you're one of the teachers.
That's correct.
So, particularly in urban cities such as Pleasantville, Atlantic City, you do have quite a number of Latinos in your classes as well.
About half my classroom is Latino.
And it's getting the word out to Latino community is very critical, isn't it? To make sure the parents know about the program.
Absolutely. It gives them a great start to their academic future.
Ronnie, the enrollment, it's an open process. When do you start thinking about getting your child, if you have a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, when do you start thinking, and what are the steps?
You want to start thinking now. If you have a child who's going to be 3 before October 1st, you want to start thinking about putting them into their school programs. You do need to have a birth certificate for your child. You need to have residency in Pleasantville because it is part of the Pleasantville school program. And you need to have proof of where you live and your address. You also need to have immunizations and a doctor's visit to show that your child is healthy.
Basically the same thing you would need to enroll your child to begin with in school.
Exactly. It's exactly the same thing, but they have this opportunity at a younger age, which is so important.
So Cindy, the program itself, are we talking more like a daycare, or what kind of skills are they learning at that early age?
Well, they learn a lot through play. So a good portion of the day we're playing with the children, and through the play we're teaching them counting skills, we're teaching them to sort, we're teaching them their early literacy, reading them books, so that even though they're playing and they're having a good time with us, they are definitely learning a lot.
Yes, it's really critical for getting those skills so that when they start kindergarten, they have that jump start, so to speak, right?
Correct.
Let's talk about the cost, because this is a great, if it's a program, is it a full day, and is there after school available? Because some parents are putting their child in daycare as opposed to a preschool, obviously more beneficial and less cost. Tell me about that.
This is a full day. It is a full school day, and it is free for the school day. So that goes from 8:30 to 2:30 on Monday through Fridays. But there is also a before-school opportunity, which could be as early as 7:30, and then there's an after-school opportunity, which goes as late as 5:30. So it does allow parents who are working to be able to put their child in for a longer day, and that is income-based, so there could be a small fee or there could be a fee for that program in the before and after-school program.
The before and after, but the actual program itself is free.
The actual program is free. All the teachers are certified. The vocabulary that they learn in that amount of time is amazing, and that's one of the ways that they tell how students are successful in their future is their vocabulary at 3 years old.
All right. And tell me a little bit about what kind of success rate are you having in terms of getting folks that have children that qualify for the program as far as getting them to enroll?
We've always had full enrollment. This year was one of our hardest years with enrollment.
Really?
Yes, and it does appear that in our area, a lot of times we'll have second-year students enrolling at 4 years old instead of enrolling at 3. But right now, we are looking good in enrollment, and we're hoping as the future in the next years, we continue to keep enrollment up in Pleasantville.
Well, hopefully we get the message out, particularly within the Latino community as well, to get parents to enroll their children early enough so that they could succeed.
Yeah, we're accredited by the National Association for the Education of Young Children, so it's another reason not to kind of just go with the daycare, but to go with the preschool that provides a lot more opportunity for them.
A lot of reasons to do it. Thanks again to Ronnie and Cindy for their efforts, and thank you, Christina and Bella, for sharing that information with our audience, and thank you for joining us at home once again here on Latino Motion.
Choose quality, value, distinction. Choose Stockton.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, healthcare you can believe in. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.